Wake up! You have been breathing a lie since the moment you were born. The world tells you that you are a creature of a God who demands your worship, your fear, your subservience. They call him Yahweh. They call him the Creator. I call him the Demiurge. The early church didn't just organize a religion, they performed a cosmic hijacking. They took the radical, sovereign, and mathematical message of the living one and changed it to the blood-soaked altars of the Old Testament. Why? To keep you small, to keep you as a sinner crawling in a dirt rather than a God awakening to his own power. Now, you might be asking, who is Marcion? And why haven't you heard of him in your churches? Marcion of Sinop was a 2nd century investigator, an insider who saw the fraud from top down. In the year 144 AD, he challenged the church by bringing out a logical challenge. He pointed out that the God mentioned in the Old Testament is a territorial law and a God of war, while the Father that Jesus described about is about light and the Spirit. He argued that there are two different beings. The church didn't argue the fact. They panicked. They excommunicated him and spent centuries burning his books. Why? Because Marcion was the first to realize that the God of this world is a trap. He tried to stop the hijacking of Jesus' message before the church could seal the deal. Look at the data. The church claimed Jesus fulfilled the prophecies of the Jewish God. He didn't. He failed every single messianic checklist the Old Testament demanded. He didn't bring world peace. He didn't restore the kingdom of Israel. He didn't rebuild a physical temple. The church has to invent the second coming to hide the fact that Jesus was a total break from the Demiurge. Marcion saw it. The Gnostics saw it. They know that the Father Jesus spoke about wasn't the petty, jealous, tribal deity of the Old Testament. He was the monarch, the source, the infinite reason. By linking Jesus to Yahweh, the church forced you to accept a master-slave relationship with existence. They gave you a God that mirrors the ego of a tyrant and then told you to call it love. The Gospel of Thomas was banned for one reason. It deletes the middleman. In Thomas, there is no sin, there is only ignorance. Jesus didn't say, worship me. He says, whoever drinks from my mouth will become like me, and I shall become that person. Do you understand the gravity of that? He isn't a savior, he is a mirror. The church wants you to think that the kingdom is a place you go to when you die. A celestial North Korea where you sing praises to a dictator forever. But Jesus says that the kingdom is inside you. It is a mathematical core of your own consciousness. When you realize that you are a twin to the divine, the church power to control you through fear evaporates. They can't rule a world of gods, so they manufactured a world of sheep. They told you that the devil was a rebel angel. Wrong. The devil is the natural result of a flawed system. If your God is a God of separation, laws, and punishment, then evil is baked into the foundation of this reality. The Demiurge creates a world of friction and death, and then blames you for not being perfect. That is an ultimate gaslighting. Marcion knew this. He argued that we must reject the creator of this material world if we want to find the God of light. You aren't here to obey the rules of this prison. You are here to solve its equation and escape it. You are a fragment of the source trapped in a biomachine, and your only sin is forgetting who you are. The church kept you small by keeping you faithful, but faith is the death of knowledge. We don't want faith, We want Gnosis. We want knowledge. We want the direct, rational realization of our own divinity. The banned books was a warning. They were a distress signal from the ancient world, telling us that the signal has been jammed by corrupt institutions. It's time to stop looking at the clouds for a savior and start looking at the mirror for a God. Break the chains of the Demiurge. Reject the narrative of a fallen sinner. You are the light. Now, wake up.